Monsters won it. Cavs won it.
Mm-hmm.
Indians are in first place.
Indians in first place.
Right. Maybe the Browns might win a game.
From Spontaneously Combustible Studio in Cleveland, Ohio, presented by Permanently Geek, this is Uncovered, the show where we compare an original version of a song and a cover version of a song and try to decide which one is better.
Yes, it is. This is episode 29.
Episode 29, the penultimate episode of season 1.
We've done this 29 times.
God, there are very few things in my life I've done 29 times.
I know, right?
Yeah, seriously.
You've been wrong 29 times.
What about the times I agreed with you?
I was wrong those times.
But yeah, the season 1 is winding to a close.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I've had quite a lot of enjoyment this season.
I've enjoyed this. Maybe I'll come back for season 2.
Yeah, that's if they renew us. All right, we gotta do well on Sweeps Week.
Yeah.
That's next episode, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. More sex and violence next episode.
That's right. Yeah.
You bring the sex, I'll bring the violence. So, shall we reveal what kind of sex and violence is going to be under this sheet today?
Might as well.
All right.
Here we go. And reveal.
Ooh. So, Taylor Swift brings the sex, Ryan Adams brings the violence.
Or is it the other way around?
So, Ryan Adams, if you're not aware, did a cover of Taylor Swift's entire album.
Yes.
Every single song.
He covered the album.
He covered the whole album.
And that's what we'll be doing today. The whole album.
The whole album.
This episode will take 2 hours to film.
So, we don't have that kind of patience. So, there's only one song that was in the hopper from that album, which is Shake It Off. Which is one I've not listened to. I actually haven't listened to the entire Ryan Adams cover album. I listened to...
I have. It's pretty good.
Yeah, nice. I'm trying to remember. The one that I listened to was Bad Blood.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the one that he was kind of promoting as his single.
Which I quite enjoyed that. And so from that, I'm pretty excited to see how the Shake It Off version goes, especially the cheerleader parts, and whether he uses the phrase "this sick beat." So we're gonna listen to both songs in their entirety. You're just gonna hear short clips of this sick beat, and we will be right back.
'Cause the players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake. Players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, baby. I'm just gonna shake.
I wasn't gonna.
And we are back. So we've had discussions in previous episodes about covers that remove chunks of the song.
We have.
Did
that happen?
Yes. There was the part that I asked what Ryan Adams was going to do with right before we listened to the songs, what he did with it.
You asked about a part?
Yeah, I did. Huh. I wondered what he was going to do with the cheerleader part and the this sick beat line. And what he did was he crumpled them up and threw them in the trash.
There was a sick beat?
There was.
Oh.
It went kind of like that.
All right.
Sort of like the Hey Mickey, You So Fine beat.
Oh, yeah.
Were you listening to the same songs I was listening to?
Were you listening to songs?
But yeah, so on the episode with Blinded by the Light, we talked about how Manfred Mann and his Earth Band removed a significant chunk of the lyrics.
Paragraphs and paragraphs.
Paragraphs. a entire proclamation scroll worth of lyrics was removed. And I thought that improved the song.
Yeah.
And then we talked about...
Sean Toy Guns removed the pre-chorus.
The body of the chorus. And I thought that it hurt the song.
But they did have a robot.
They did have a robot, which Manfred Mann did not.
That's true, yeah.
At least not one that he let in the studio.
Yeah, Ryan Adams didn't have a robot either.
He did not.
Yeah.
He could have used one, I think.
This is really confusing if you haven't seen these previous episodes.
So,
where are they talking about robots?
Given that we're on the penultimate episode of Season 1, this would be an awesome time for you to binge watch the previous 28 episodes.
Well, wait till this episode's over.
Wait till this one's over. Unless we're really screwing this one up, and then you can just but we're planning on doing something.
They're all gone.
There they went. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
But we're planning something special for the final episode of the season. So this would be a great time to go back, and there's a playlist. It's up in the little icon. That's probably actually up there. That you can go to watch every episode of Uncovered from this season. And then all of the stupid jokes we're making will make sense. They'll still be stupid, but they will make sense.
Well,
Yeah.
as more sense than they're making now, at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all subjective.
So in this case, there were the entire bridge was removed from the song.
Yeah.
Which I thought it made sense for Ryan Adams to do so because I really can't imagine him delivering those lines.
Yeah, especially not with the style that he's playing that song in.
Right.
Like, it's not really gonna fit.
Right, unless he did like a spoken word, just completely dropping the melodic aspect of it and doing a spoken part over the song. But I would have loved to hear him say something about the liars of the world and the dirty, dirty cheats, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And therein lies a little bit of, I think, the issue with the whole 1989 cover album, like the entire cover album, is there's a lot of attitude in some of the songs that I don't know if he's unable, but is certainly unwilling to to work into his covers. So on the other hand, I think that especially what he did with the other one we were talking about, Bad Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that really showcased that a song is a song is a song is a song, and if it's a good song, it can work in any style. This is a song that is a whole lot of fun, but I think it really only works in the original style.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you there. This one kind of reminds me of the Timberlake song that we did on a previous episode as
with
well.
Glenn Hansard. Where,
it's actually a very good comparison to that, because with that one I kind of felt the same way. Like the original song was fun, it was funky, there was a lot of cool stuff going on in it. But I didn't think that nothing against Glenn Hansard, I didn't really think that it worked in the style that he tried to remake it to. And I kind of feel the same way with this one, whereas I don't think that Ryan Adams' take on it was necessarily bad.
No.
And, in fact, I thought it was a pretty decent take, but I don't think that it measured up to what the original sounded like, and I don't think that song necessarily lends itself all that well to a light, moody, acoustic interpretation.
Right. Yeah, I think it was just not the right song for him.
Yeah.
And there are other songs that again, Bad Blood, I thought worked really, really well in his style.
That whole album, it's there's a lot of stuff on there that it's kind of hit or miss album, because you run into some songs like this that that you're like, oh, okay, that's interesting, but yeah, I don't know if I really like it. And then you come across a song like Bad Blood and several other on the album that you just think wow, that's a really, really cool take, and that might almost be better than the original.
Yeah.
So the whole album is definitely worth a listen.
If only just to see how those songs could be treated in a different style. I now more than ever want to go listen to the whole thing just to see what works, what doesn't. Because as a student of songwriting, I'm always interested to see what songs you can manage to take out of their original style and really make work on their own. And that's all along, all season, one of my criteria for judging which I like better. Of any given song is
which one Kevin's not going to pick.
Exactly. but in all seriousness, if you didn't know that it was a cover, would it be a good song in its own right? Would you remember it? Would you pay attention to it? Would it be one that stuck with you? And I think the Ryan Adams one, this is a song that if I hadn't known that it was a cover song, it just would have sort of floated by me in generic indie rockness.
Yeah.
Which is not saying anything against Ryan Adams. Again, I enjoy Ryan Adams' music. But I thought that this song just kind of ended up being a whole lot of blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of lacking in dynamics. It was just sort of like a, steady hum in the background, if you will.
Yeah, whereas like the chorus in the Taylor Swift version, super catchy. Like that's the part that everybody sings along to, and everyone loves. It gets stuck in your head. That exact same chorus in Ryan Adams's version, not catchy at all.
Yeah, and I think it's it was the removal of the repetition of each of those words,
maybe,
and just sort of like because he dropped the hate, and the play, and just like held out those a little bit and sort of tailed off.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's partly the snappy rhythm, but it's also
he shook them off.
He just shook those ones off. Thanks. Well, shall we reveal what our picks were? If you haven't watched the show before, what we were doing when we were doing things with these things, what we were doing was we were choosing. I have a way with words. I'm a songwriter. We were choosing which of the two we thought was better, and also making a guess as to what we thought the other person would pick. So let's see what we chose.
To the surprise of no one, based off of this discussion.
Woo!
Hey, how about that?
So, we both thought the original was better, for all of the reasons that we've already stated. Yep. So, shall we skip to the end and take a look at what we picked for one another?
Might as well.
All right.
So this is what Michael thought that I would pick.
And this is what Kevin thought that I would pick. So, Kevin correctly guessed that I would pick T-Swift because Michael is not a hater, which is true. I'm a lover, not a hater.
That's true. Michael incorrectly thought that I would pick Rai Rai.
Not Tay-Tay.
Not Tay-Tay. Rai Rai. Because he disliked that sick beat.
Exactly.
I liked it.
Well, there you go. Yeah. I was wrong. I was incorrect.
Yeah.
I failed.
There was no hating going on with me.
There was no hating.
Not in this episode,
hating.
At least.
Yeah. There's been a little bit of hating. No shots fired this time around.
Yeah, we're all right.
You'll have to come back next week for the final episode of this season. It's going to be an extra special episode. We're going to have some fun stuff for it. Make sure you subscribe to the Permanently Geek channel, which is where this show resides, along with a whole lot of other great shows, and that's where you're going to be able to catch that final episode of the season. So thanks again for stopping by, and we will see you next time.
Haters gonna hate. Faker's gonna fake. Kevin's gonna wipe it off. 'Cause I don't know the words.